whatever you want. I got it. Come on.
Whatever you want, I got it. Baby, let me give it to you. Whatever you need, I got it. You need to know anything you need, just ask and I'll provide. Whatever you want, I got it, got it.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Looking for Love. I'm your host, Trey Kearney. This is my co-host,
Lamar.
We're here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. Hey, Lamar, how are you?
I'm good. Busy week. I got to go to New York on Sunday, and I got to actually work.
I gotta see you. I gotta see you when you get here.
Right? How's your week?
It's good. Just busy, driving him to school now. So it's a whole different animal. I'm out here with the real people, but we're adjusting. We are adjusting. So
He looks happy.
Huh?
He looks happy.
Yeah, he likes it. Yeah, he really likes it. And we hit our 3,500 on YouTube.
I saw that.
We actually had 3,518, maybe 24. Growing quick. We got a couple videos that one video got 500,000 on Instagram, 500,000. We growing. New You Nation Network, we growing. So we're going to get right into this. This is your first time here. This is the Running Show. We do our What Would You Do? We answer our viewers' questions. Then we move on to the Let's Sip on That, where we do our celebrity relationship news. Then we move to our Beauty and the Beast segment, where we give you a health and wellness tip and hope that you use it. Here's our disclaimer. Any health and wellness tip we give you, ask your doctor first. Any health and wellness tip anybody gives you, ask your doctor first. But we're telling you that we are not responsible. We are not doctors. And then we have our final thoughts. And then we let you go and hope that you'll come back and join us next week. So if this is your first time, or if you've been here before and you're enjoying the show, there's a button underneath the screen that says thank you. And you can give us a super, and you can thank us by however much you want to contribute and donate. We take change and we take dollars. So let's get to this first question. And our what would you do if it was you? I just found out my husband, who I've been married to for 26 years and who I thought was happily married, recently put up a profile on a dating app. Has my kids on there, when they graduated, our dog, pictures of our home, cars, vacation. Only thing that's not there is me. Did he forget we're still married? In his profile, it says, grown children, house now empty, looking for a queen to complete my castle. He's so dumb he doesn't even realize I have the password to his laptop. I've been a stay-at-home mom and wife, sacrificed so much because he wanted that. I haven't said anything yet, just watching him date online and deciding to move. Where did I go wrong?
Unfortunately, it's a very common thing in marriages.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, you get a bunch of kids and life happens, and the first thing to go is the intimacy part of marriage. You have to identify that and really work at it. So 26 years, I would say y'all sit down, go to therapy, ask him, say, hey, listen, either you can be single or you can be honest, and allow him to be honest and say, what do you need? What will keep you from wanting to do that? And if he is 1 foot out the door, you might get a better version of him and be honest and say, this is what I require. And hopefully you guys can hold that together, because 26 years is a long time to be thrown away.
26 years. I would really, if it was me and I was watching my husband and I found him on a dating site, I would really be looking to see what exactly he was looking for on that dating site. Like, on your profile, he said he's looking for a queen, but you in the house with him. So I would try to find out, what do you mean you're looking for a queen when you got me? But there's definitely something missing in your marriage. And no, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Like Lamar said, kids come, bills come, life happens. And I'm sure you guys are probably well into your 50s. And he may just be bored, and he may not be going anywhere. It may be the thrill of the women coming on there, validating that he still got it. That's all. He might have put the whole profile up And it might just be the thrill. Now, y'all definitely need some help. And he definitely needs to be, I was going to say reprimanded, but he's a grown man. He definitely needs to be, y'all definitely need to have a conversation because, like I said, it doesn't really sound like to me he's going anywhere. It just sounds like to me that he's looking for attention. And maybe you're not giving him attention. Has the marriage gone stale? Are you paying attention to him? Have you been giving all of it to the kids? Because if your kids are just out of the house, I'm sure you haven't been paying attention to them. I'm sure it's been the kids, the kids, the kids, and that's where the disconnect is. So you really just have to sit down and have a conversation because we don't know the whole story. And you didn't say he cheated. You didn't say it was anything that you found that would allude to the fact that he even went out with any of these people. Now that's a different conversation. So, let us know. But if he hasn't, if there's nothing there that shows he's gone outside of the marriage yet, I believe it's still hope. But I'm going to say this to you. You can no longer trust him. The marriage is probably over. So, if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New Nation Network YouTube channel. And right now we're answering our viewers' questions in our What Would You Do segment. And we're going to keep it moving because my boy ain't feeling too good.
I'm trooping. I'm hanging in there.
I love it. You trooping because when I had a headache, I was like, I can't do this. So we're going to get to the next question. And it says, my lady went to her ex-husband's 50th birthday party, unbeknownst to me. She told me she was going on a weekend girls trip to Turks and Caicos with her sister and a few friends. She sent me a few pictures with her and her sister and best friend. When I touched it, it was a live photo and it panned on to him. She claimed she didn't tell me because she knew how I would act. We've been together 2 years and now I'm questioning everything. And my dumb ass paid for her trip. I really thought she was the one. Do I give it a chance or walk away?
Walk away, playboy. Can't trust her. Can't trust her. Move on.
But you can't. I'm
just saying, she came out with a full-blown lie, man. To go see an ex, you ain't the one. I mean, that's cool. I mean, I'll take that. But, show me. If I'm not that guy, cool. I'm with it. I keep it moving. So it's just.
Well, let me ask you this. What if his behaviors were jealous and she's been through some things with him and she said, I knew how you were going to react. What if there was a series of different things where he reacted in a negative way?
Okay, but that has nothing to do with going to see your ex-husband.
She went to her ex-husband's birthday party.
Right, but I'm just saying you're still holding him at a place. So I'm looking at it from my point of view. If my ex-wife showed up at my birthday party and didn't tell her boyfriend, I'm pretty sure he'd be upset.
I'm pretty sure he's upset, but I'm just saying when we hear she claims she didn't tell me because she knew how I would act. So
That's not a reason not to tell you. I mean, she wasn't. I mean, if he was, who in that right mind is not going to act that type of way? I mean, if it's me and my girl's coming to me, go, hey, I'm gonna go hang out. I'm going to my ex's birthday party. Well, you're gonna be single when you come back.
Right. So again, my thing is always trust. So if the trust is gone and you're never going to trust her again, don't waste your time. Don't give yourself a headache. And for whatever reason, she wanted to go to her ex's 50th birthday party in Turks and Caicos. Not even like a local club or something, but to go on an excursion is kind of suspect. Do they have kids though? Like, so there's some questions that need to be asked.
In the 2-year relationship, if he's 50, she's probably somewhere close to it. So there's probably no kids involved. I mean, she's just.
I'm saying that she has grown kids that was at their father's party. It's her ex-husband.
I don't care. You ain't supposed to be there. That you are no longer with that man. Those are his kids. That is not a y'all thing anymore. So, if I looked over my shoulder and saw my ex-wife at my birthday party first, I'd be like, why are you here? I'd be like, you have done nothing to deserve to be here. So it's like.
But what if they had a good relationship and it ended?
I don't care.
I know what you're saying. I'm just
to me, it seems like you still want him, or you're upset that who asked for the divorce. Why'd y'all break up if you still doing all this stuff together? So,
and if the ex-wife is there, he can't have a girlfriend because if my man ex-wife come anywhere, I'll be like, what is you doing here?
right, and then now you're in Turks and Caicos, a little alcohol, and you never know what kind of something popping off.
Yeah, I'm always big on if you don't trust, there's nothing left. If you got to look over your shoulder and the relationship has become a job, like when my clients ask me, when is the relationship over? I always say when it becomes a job. Relationships do take work. Now, we do have to work on ourselves. We do have to work on communication, different things. But when it becomes a job, when you have to be the CIA and the FBI, you got to look through stuff.
True.
It's just time to let go. So, bro, we wish you well. And she showed you who she is. Another thing about me, once I know what you're capable of, that's a problem. And if I know that you are capable of lying, cheating, or stealing, I know that you're capable of anything. Because my mother always said, if you lie, you cheat, and if you cheat, you steal. So,
it's true.
Just, bro, you might want to just move on. So let's shout out Al. Hey, Al.
What's up, Al? What's up, Al?
It's good to see you here.
He said he didn't get a notification for the show.
Oh, you got to check your notifications. You got to check your settings. Check your settings. So we're glad to see you. So again, if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. If you are enjoying the show right now, click the thank you on the bottom of the screen and send us a little something, something. We appreciate it. It's what keeps us going. Thank you. So we're going to get to the next. This is not really a question. This is someone who sent us a thank you.
Oh, we love thank yous.
Yes. My husband and I watch you guys all the time. We wanted to thank you. We were on the brink of a separation. Listening to you guys has helped us bond. We're in our late 50s. We both have issues with things not working. However, listening to your podcast has spiced things up a little bit. As Trey would say, there's more than one hole. We use everything now. Lamar, we've never been swinging, but you have piqued our interest a little, at least to fantasize. We love the show. Keep it up. Lita and Jonathan. Letitia? It's either Letitia or Lita and Jonathan.
Thank you. I love to hear stories like that, so.
Yeah, thank you. Don't go swinging now. Listen, let me see.
Listen, if you in your mid to late 50s,
let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish. Then you can talk. Listen, I love the Lord. Y'all married. I don't know if y'all Christians, but Trey said, don't be swinging. I'm not with the swinging dinging. Okay, I know Lamar, good y'all said y'all piqued our interest at least to fantasize. Now, remember, everything you do, every cause has a reaction, right? Every reaction, what is it, the phrase, every cause? Every action has a reaction. Yes, so be careful what you dip your toe in, because
go slow. It is a lifestyle that is great for couples, especially married couples, because you can frame it however you want. So it doesn't have to require adding a third person. It could just be you and your mate, and it's just, if you watch porn together, it's just kind of like it, it's like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's like, whatever you need to use to enhance your relationship, if you're not bringing a third person in it, it's not hurting anybody. Y'all just, reconnecting and being a little kinky here and there.
That's it. Every action causes a reaction. I'm just saying, be careful what you do, because you never know. Sometimes you can't open Pandora's box. That's how I ended up spinning the block, open the Pandora's box.
Well, you're doing it together. So one of the main things is transparency. There has to be a trust and honesty, and you have to be able to talk about the things that make you uncomfortable. So if you cannot do that in your relationship, that is not an area I would say go.
Okay. I'm just saying, listen, y'all good now. Use your holes.
Go there for a little while.
Use your different holes in your hands and all them other things, and I'm glad that y'all are here. I'm glad that y'all are exploring more and bonding again. But again, certain things ain't for everybody. You just have to be careful with what you bring into your relationship, into your marriage, because we did have a person who ended up falling in love with the outside person.
Correct.
And we don't want that to happen to y'all on account of us. Lamar ain't never told nobody to go swimming, ever.
No, don't go.
Put that on him. Your thoughts, your reactions are your responsibility. Just like in our health and wellness segment, we share a tip with you, but it is your responsibility to ask your doctor. So
What's that? What's the comment that Black Lexion said? What age were you when you first learned that?
when I
What?
first learned what?
Yeah, what do we first learn?
Yeah, what did we first learn? So since it's been a lot in the news, we're gonna get straight to our celebrity relationship news. We talk about this.
Mm, mm, mm.
Would Jermaine come up here? Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to add. Gotta get through that one. Well, let's talk about that. So, what do you think about Cardi B moving on with Stefan Diggs? Is his name?
Yeah, I think
So, I want to talk about that a little bit.
she's doing it for the wrong reasons.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you say that?
Well, I just saw her on Instagram the other day. She's talking about comparing her vagina to a fat girl's vagina, talking about it's warm and wet. I'm just like, you're doing too much.
What?
You're just doing too much. So it's just, they have a fling, and if you want to be seen in public with flings, it's not painting yourself in a good picture. So what it does, it puts you as you're hopping around from men to men. So that's where you're headed. Any woman that's going out that just leaves a relationship and starts hanging out with a lot of different dudes, whether you're sleeping with them or not, the perception is.
But that's not. She hasn't been hanging out with a lot of dudes, and they didn't just break up. Like, how long do you think that she should wait to date?
She hasn't been.
Is she divorced?
I think they're going through it or something like that. What I'm saying is that her and Offset are doing the same things. He had his new chick out, so she has her little dude, and they're just playing games with each other right now. It's just it's kind of immature, for real. It's that, if you want to see somebody and you've been seeing Stefan for a minute, which he played for the Texans for a little while, so I think he was, when she was pregnant, they was messing around. So I'm like, I don't know. He was messing with her when she was pregnant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You mentioned about cheating and lying. Okay, I'm gonna get back. I think I know what comment you're talking about. I'm gonna get back to that. Okay. I just have to say this to the people who get involved with people like Cardi B and Offset. Until these people have divorced, taken some time to themselves, and detox from the other person, then we should move on. But a lot of these young people don't do things like that. So if they're not divorced, I think that they really should not be dating, because it's going to be a lot of drama with them fighting over money, a lot of drama with the kids because Offset's ego is involved. So he's going to fight for the kids. So in that, Stefan, that's his name, is going to be caught in the crossfire of all that messiness of them fighting for money, the kids, and it's going to be a problem to where he'll probably just walk away. So if you just knocking boots, then enjoy, but I wouldn't get attached to anybody's messiness. So, and like Al said, she's always messy with it. So, but she's out and open. So Stefan knows she's messy, and maybe he like messy chicks. So let him do his little messiness, Al, and mind your business. So if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. Again, if you are here and you're enjoying yourself, there's a thank you button underneath. You can hit it and it'll be a super, and we'll put your name up on the screen and we will clap for you. So we're going to get to our next story. I don't know why it's not pulling itself on here. Back to the stage. Why does it keep doing that? So the trial has started, and there's been a lot going on with this trial. And first, I want to say I am praying for Cassie and her marriage. And it says, Diddy made an escort urinate in Cassie's mouth. So
He didn't request it. She requested it.
Let me say this, because this showed up again. P-Diddy, P. Remember, create Cracia? What's her name? Young Miami.
Yeah.
Cracia, please, whatever her name is, said
He-
they dealt in golden showers.
Mhm.
So just because she asked the escort to do it doesn't mean he didn't tell her to tell him.
True, but
'Cause I
if
don't
I didn't, this is taking a whole nother turn, and it is. So my question is, why are we getting this Diddy case before we get the Jeffrey Epstein, that list?
Oh, okay.
They always gonna make us look bad before they make them look bad. So
Right.
this is a smear campaign, and I'm not saying Diddy didn't do anything wrong, but this is to do it the way that they're doing it. It just he can't recover from this. And I've heard some stories today, and I'm just like, man, this guy was really
Yeah.
other
And
stuff.
I just want to say this, and again, I'm not judging Cassie at all, not one bit. But you would have to really have a gun to my head for somebody to pee in my mouth. Like you really probably gonna have to unalive me. Like I'm not even playing. Like we already talked about golden showers. First of all, ain't nobody peeing on me. So to put it in my mouth, like there has to be a certain level of fear that you would allow someone to urinate in your mouth. So if that level of fear, I can't even imagine her PTSD and her anxiety of being in that situation to where she actually let somebody urinate in her mouth. And then she talked about having painful UTIs and sores in her mouth. There has to be a real level of fear to keep going back or to stay in a situation like this. So again, I've never been abused, but I sympathize with her because again, I'm saying to you, there has to be a certain level of fear to have sores in your mouth. And when they heal, you go back to that. Like this person really, and she talked about how, Kid Cudi, how he threatened him. This man walked away from her.
Mhm.
They broke up. So there had to be a level of fear for Kid Cudi because most men would be like, I don't care about that nigga.
Yeah,
Let him come for me.
This opens up a whole lot of other stuff. It's like if he is, talking about blowing up Kid Cudi's car and hurting her and stuff. So now you got to go back and revisit.
His car.
You got to revisit Biggie. You got to revisit the Tupac thing. You got to do all of this stuff now because you're now getting a visual of the monster of what he is. And it's just like power corrupts, and the money, the power, the fame. When there are no guardrails, that's when you truly see who you are. When no one can tell you no, when anything you can do, then that's how these monsters are created. So,
and again, this is my thing. You sent me. You said I wouldn't have married her. Right? You text me that, and I understand why you said that because now I see her husband walking out of that courtroom.
too much. There's things she told him, and there's things that she had to say, and he thought he knew everything, and he didn't. So if you as a man now looking at your wife and like she didn't tell me about the urinating, now yes, now you can't believe anything she says. So,
but you can because I'm sure he still believes everything she says. I just think that the prosecutor's asking is bringing up stuff that she probably tried to suppress.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But for him to have to hear this and to say there was sores in you, like if my man was like somebody urinated, if it was my husband and I was listening to him on the witness stand, he was saying a man urinated in my mouth, or a woman urinated in my mouth, or the urine I was choking, or my mind would not be able to erase that. So I'm praying for their marriage. I'm praying for the strength of their marriage. I'm praying for Cassie's healing because I really feel like one of my friends was in a domestic violence situation and the grooming. So I really feel like he groomed her. Like he really took this young girl
You
and
know,
went to her.
but she was enamored with the lifestyle too. So yes, she was taken advantage of, but the allure of the money. And I heard somebody say, if he worked at UPS or Amazon, you ain't putting up with this because he's rich and famous. And he was promising you the world and could show you things that nobody could give you. He put up a little tolerance,
Yeah,
you
you
know.
put up a tolerance, but again, this is a man that is her senior that knew that he could control her career because she was signed to him, that knew there would be that she knew it would be some severe consequences to her actions if she did not do
I
what he
agree.
said. So I just feel like, like I said, a friend of mine who was in a domestic violence situation as a young woman talked to me because one time I said something online that disturbed her as a DV, because we're not supposed to say that, as a DV victim. And she said, "You don't know what you're talking about." You know what I'm saying? And she corrected me. She said, "You don't know what it feels like to be groomed." The person she was with came to her when she was in high school. He was older and he made her think certain things. And then he put fear in her and he did things to her to scare her. So I never can fathom or understand why somebody would stay because I've never been in that situation, especially as a young woman being groomed by an old man who could manipulate me with things, with my career, with fear. Like somebody popped me in my eye. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, you capable? Like I told you, once I know what you're capable of, I don't want to have nothing to do with that. But the level of knowing what he was capable of put a different fear in you that you better not leave me because you might not wake up tomorrow,
It's
or
true.
your mother might not wake up tomorrow, or your house might be blown up. That's a level of fear when somebody has that type of power that can do it, that would keep you in a situation longer than you should be. So thank you, Al. Let's clap it up for Al for the super sticker for the $20. Thank you, Al.
Appreciate it, Al.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, that will go to editing. So when you donate, I can hire somebody off of Fiverr or different platforms to edit for me. So all the snippets and all of the things that you see here, the looking for love screen, I create all this stuff because I can't pay nobody. So when you guys donate, you keep the movement moving, and we appreciate you.
We
Treat
do.
yourself to some tea, fam. Oh, thank you. Her husband should not have gone to the court. That's not cool. He will never look at her the same. But there's no hiding from it because it's all in the media.
It's on the media. It's
But
on.
one thing that showed me that he really is a selfish, and I hate to use the word narcissist, but a selfish narcissistic psychopath. You let your daughters come in that courtroom to look like a good father when you should have protected them at all costs and told, don't nobody let my girls in this courtroom, and try to keep them away from the TVs as much as you can. You let them girls come in there, and they got up at one point and walked out because they were disturbed. And instead of you making a phone call and telling your attorney, do not let my daughters back in this courtroom. Now the sons are different because they was involved in some shady stuff with him, allegedly.
Mm.
But them girls, if their mother was alive, them kids would not be in that courtroom listening to none of that.
They don't need to hear any of that because their mother's in there too, and they don't know, what his involvement is with that. So somebody has to be a responsible adult in the situation. And I saw an artist rendering. He is in the courtroom making the little heart thing. Whatever, how
Right.
you do
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't even know.
But like I said, this is the level of selfishness that he has. Right. The level of selfishness.
He's in the courtroom doing that after they talk about all the freak offs.
Because he's trying to, like I said, with his daughters, I'm the dad, the girl dad, like trying to portray something, but you don't throw your children under the bus to save your own ass.
True.
There's no way in the world that them girls should be nowhere near that courtroom. Even if they hear little bits and pieces that people are reporting, But to see Cassie sitting up there, and I'm sure they had a relationship with her. These kids have been around this woman, and you would expose them to this level of filth for your own good speaks volumes about who he is as a person, not only a father, but as a person. And I think he thought it was going to make him look good, but it backfired because any man who loves his children, right, would have told that attorney, take my kids out of this courtroom right now, because he would know what was going to, he knows what's going to come out of Cassie's mouth. And you don't care that your daughters are sitting there. They're never going to be the same after this.
Oh, no.
Never.
No.
So if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New U Nation Network YouTube channel. I'm your host, Trey Kearney. This is my co-host,
Lamar Hall.
So we are doing our What Would You Do segment, and no, our celebrity relationship news segment. And now we are going to go to our health and wellness tip so that we can get out of here a little bit early today. Because if you guys know, I have a boss in this house and his name is Jermaine. We don't know what Jermaine's going to do. He is my son who's on the autism spectrum, who is nonverbal, but speaks volumes with his body. So let's get to our health and wellness segment. Oops, I forgot to let's sip on that. Now we're going to our Beauty and the Beast segment where we give you a health and wellness tip that you can take with you for the week. So Lamar, what is your health and wellness tip?
So I've been saying, my stomach's been kind of flopping for the last couple of days. So I've been looking up stuff. So they're talking about all of us have parasites in our stomach. So here's some things to help you get these parasites out of your gut. Garlic, pumpkin seeds, pineapple, papaya seeds, lemon, ginger, cayenne pepper. They are all like detoxing your gut.
Oh, I've been hearing a lot about cayenne pepper. I think I'm gonna get some. I don't have any in my house, but I think I'm going to.
I do the shots.
Oh, okay.
I do them every morning. It's something about cayenne pepper is, helps with blood flow. So it kind of gets you going. So I saw a thing where, if you're a guy and I'm being prevented, so I don't want ED. So they said that it is a good thing. You just I put it in my little Ensure every morning, 2 shots. Pretty good. No complaints.
Yeah, cayenne pepper is coming because they're saying I have neuropathy, which is nerve damage, or my nerves are being affected. But let me tell you all this. This is my health and wellness tip of the week. My girl Netta told me some things to do. So I'm on like turmeric, a probiotic for my gut, and I take this vitamin too. And she, turmeric and different things. This is my health and wellness tip. For everything that we are dealing with, there is a fruit, a vegetable, or a plant that can combat it. There's a fruit, a vegetable, or a plant, or a supplement, or a mineral that can compensate for whatever's going on in your body. So the doctors and the drugs they want to give us are a Band-Aid. Whatever's going on with my nerves is an internal problem. Either I'm missing some minerals or some vitamins. Something's affecting my nerves and my blood flow. And me just taking what they wanted to prescribe and looking at the side effects, I was like, oh no, we're not doing that. Yeah. So we have to be proactive to understand that God created natural cures for us. And all we have to do is research and get connected to the right holistic people, and we could change our whole body around. And like Lamar was saying, a lot of our problems start with the gut, because your gut is your second brain. Yeah. So when your gut is off, everything's off. So again, there is a plant, a fruit, or a vegetable that will definitely reverse the effects of anything that's going on in your body. So I have to change my diet. I can't eat sugar at all. I cannot eat sugar. I can't.
So this is what I'm gonna start trying when I get back from New York. I'm gonna do it's eat what it is. What that means is nothing processed.
Right.
So basically steak, eggs, fruit, vegetables.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's all.
that feels so much better. And here's another thing I did. I changed my water. I've been drinking like Poland Spring
Mm.
bottled water for years, but bottled water is the plastic. You're constantly drinking plastic all the time. And the water itself, you know, Poland Springs, if they given us, listen, if they given us 35 bottles of water for $6.98.
So I told y'all before, this cap
Yes,
means that this water's been filtered.
right.
This could be toilet water.
Oh God, please don't say that.
It's been filtered to the point. So, like I
So
said,
I've only been drinking water from glass bottles, and it's expensive.
it is. I drink Boss water. That's all I drink is out of glass bottles. I
But
grabbed this.
you get what you pay for. You have to understand that they're not giving you 35 bottles of Poland Spring for $6.98. How much is that a bottle? That's not even. That's
Well, I mean, toilet water's cheap. There's no overhead.
yeah, so I'm just like toilet water is cheap. So I changed a few things, and I'm feeling much better. Like my hands is like, of course, it's going to be a process,
Right.
but you have to be consistent. And when we go to natural causes, right? Like I use a lot of oils from doTERRA and supplements from there. When we go to natural causes as Black people, this is our health and wellness segment. If you just tuned in, as Black people, we want that health and wellness from a holistic person to be the. As soon as we drink the first shot, the first
Right.
wellness shot, we want to be cured. So we won't be consistent. We be like, oh, that didn't help. But we'll take that pharmaceutical drug religiously. We'll wake up every day, and that blood pressure pill, that heart pill will be right in your little pill thing, and you'll take it every day. But you won't do a holistic regimen and stay on it because you think that you're supposed to eat a stalk of broccoli and be cured. No, you have to let it go into your body just consistently, like you do that pill that doctor gives. That's why they tell you take this pill every day at the same time.
Right.
So, again, consistency is key with anything. And again, nobody don't stop taking your medications. Don't ever stop taking your medications. Don't ever stop doing anything without consulting your physician first. This is just a health and wellness tip from us. And we hope that it'll help you on your journey. So let me answer this question really quickly.
Okay.
And it was the definition seems to be, hold on, where was it? You mentioned about cheating. Oh, I think he was talking about when is it time to walk away, or she. I'm not sure if you're he or she. But if you're talking about when is it time to walk away, when did I realize that? I realized that when it started to affect my nervous system, when I was coming out of a relationship many years ago. And I was the FBI. All I did all day, it became a job to watch this man. And I was like, I know relationships take work, but this is a job. So I was in my 30s. Was I in my 30s? No, my 40s. I'm sorry. I was in my 40s. So when the relationship, I'm looking under floorboards, checking cars for second phones, and trying to crack codes and all of this stuff on the phone. This had become my life. I couldn't even function and focus on my children. I couldn't even focus on my business. All I was focused on was my job was to be the FBI, the CIA, and the private detective, and it got me nowhere. So that's when I realized when it's time to leave a relationship, when it has become a job, you're no longer working on it. It has become your job to seek and destroy. So
Right.
that's what that is. So we're gonna do our Matlock. Yes. You got to do all that. It's time to roll.
True,
Yes.
yeah, you gotta do all that. You gotta
Yes.
go. You just gotta go. And you gotta just be able to recognize what is disturbing your peace. We talk about it all the time. If
Yes.
you can't sleep because this person is cheating, then it's time to go, man. Like
Yes.
I'm telling y'all, most of y'all, hopefully y'all are over the age of 50, but I'm telling you, it's like awakening. You wake up and you go like, I'm not tolerating this nonsense anymore. I only want peace in my life. You know, I
That's
saw
when
a
you got to
video.
rise.
I saw my cousin in Kentucky. My sister graduated, so I saw him, and he just got a divorce last year. And I'm asking him, like, "How you doing, man?" He said, "Peaceful." That's all he kept saying. That's all he kept saying. I'm peaceful. It's peaceful. Yeah. I can't believe the level of peace.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Again, when it starts to disturb your peace and it becomes a job in any way, when it becomes a job to find a place to find peace outside of your home,
right,
it's time to go. So, quick question. Looking for love. Have you found love yet? No.
No.
You
It's
know,
crazy out here. That's why we keep telling all the people that got relationships to hang on, make it work.
We keep saying you don't want to be back out in these streets. You don't want to be back out in these streets. 26 years, honey. Stay with that man and figure it out. Just figure it out, because it's hard out here for a pimp.
You know what? And I think what most women believe is that, and I talk to women all the time, is that they believe that when they leave this marriage or this relationship, that there's an automatic upgrade. You don't get to upgrade. The man that you want is going to be as good as your husband or your baby daddy. That's what you get. That's what you are attracted. That's what you get. You don't get to get a millionaire just because you leave your husband. Are you crazy?
It could be worse.
Oh, it's going to be worse.
I'm not saying it's going to be worse, because sometimes it's time to leave. But if you could work it out, just understand, sometimes it could be worse. You could be jumping out of the frying pan into the flame. I'm telling you, people out here, some crazy folks out here. People out here chopping up and all kind of stuff.
90% of the time, it's going to be not what you expected and not what you want. And you're going to have to spend some time by yourself, and you're going to have to kiss a lot of frogs, potentially. So, yes. And if you ain't kissing frogs, you're really going to be by yourself. So,
was that geared toward me?
I'm just stating facts. I'm not directing my gunshots to anyone.
Don't make me come through the screen on you now. Listen, I done kissed a few frogs. Okay? I done kissed a few frogs now. I didn't say I wasn't willing to kiss a few frogs to get to the prince, but don't come for me. Don't come for me. So we're gonna get to our final thought now, Lamar. What is your final thoughts?
I think it's just based on the conversation, on the questions that we got, that people are really curious on, should you stay or should you leave? And I think if you've been with somebody 20 plus years and there's no abuse in it, figure it out. You know, you at 50 years old and want to be out, leave your 26-year marriage, that sounds foolish. I mean, I don't know what the expectations of what you think you're going to get back out there, but I think if we really go into it and go, like, if you knew that the relationship you were currently in was the last relationship you would ever have, you treat it a little different. Think about that. The last woman we just talked to, if she knew that if you leave, you ain't never gonna have a man ever again, would you work on that marriage? I think you would.
Okay. My final thought is, just take time to enjoy life, right? Tomorrow's not promised. Like, seriously, just take time to really enjoy life. And if you are just being a genuinely good person in life, genuinely good things will happen to you. If a relationship is struggling, I'm going to say this. If a relationship is struggling, it is the fault of both people. Okay? If you can't get to a happy medium, it's just really time to walk away sometimes. But if a relationship is struggling, if a relationship is toxic, then you're both toxic, because healthy people walk away. I'm sorry to tell people that, because I hear a lot of people say, I'm in a toxic relationship and he, or she. Y'all both toxic as hell, because healthy people leave. I don't stick around toxic people. And that's romantic, that's friends, that's family. Because if you're engaging with toxicity, it's because you like a level of toxicity.
True.
I don't. So anytime anything toxic is going on, I just walk away. But whenever there's a relationship dynamic, whether it's mother and son, father and daughter, husband and wife, both people are responsible for where that relationship is. And if that relationship can't work out in a way where everybody is happy, sometimes it's just time to walk away. And we have a video up on the New You Nation Network right now with my guest who came on, who talks about parent and child no contact, Dr. Kendall. And sometimes you have to even walk away from your children. And that's a hard reality. But so many people are suffering in relationships because they think they don't have the option to let go. What's meant for you, that's the last thing I'm going to say, will never pass you by.
Right.
And sometimes it's time for a season of separation. It doesn't have to be forever.
Right.
But sometimes you got to let people go so they can grow. You got to let
Absolutely.
people go
That
so
is-
you can grow. Because people will hold you back. So
Absolutely.
thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you, Lamar, for coming on. I know you were struggling a little bit today, but my boy pulled through because that's what he do. He's a stormtrooper. You like that?
I'm
If
rubbing
you know, you know.
I'm rubbing off on you horribly.
If you don't, you don't. So we thank you guys for tuning in so much. And again, you just tuned in. This is Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. So we hope to see you next week, same time, same bat station. See you when I see you. Peace.